at the United Way COVID-19 Fund. We actually have a video from the CEO of the United Way. Switching cameras there. There we go. A little rusty. We've been on working from home for a little too long. But don't worry, guys. We have an awesome comedy show for you. I'm even going to tell a joke or two. But first, we have a message from the United Way, CEO of the Chester County United Way, talking about this COVID-19 fund. Let's roll that clip.
Hi, good afternoon. I'm Chris Salo. I'm the president and CEO of United Way of Chester County. First and foremost, I want to thank the StreamGeeks for reaching out to us with this incredible offer during this stressful time to kind of stop and take a break and give people a chance to just breathe and relax and have a little bit of a good time for a great cause. Since the pandemic crisis started, we immediately began to see stress on the nonprofits. These wonderful, amazing agencies throughout Chester County are on the front lines for us, and they're making sure as our community is hurting, they're still showing up at work and they're still providing domestic violence services and homeless prevention services and food security services and all these other programs. But they need help to do that, especially with expanded demand. So we launched the United Way of Chester County COVID-19 Response Fund on March 16th. And we've seen an incredible response from the community. We are just shy of $600,000 at this point on a $1 million goal. It's a rapid response grant program, and we've already deployed 36 grants, totaling $187,500. So we're taking grant applications weekly. We're trying to focus right now on the immediate and basic needs. Just things like this really give us hope that everybody is living united and doing their part. And this is what you do at StreamGeeks. I kind of imagine if I worked there that, I'd walk around the office and people would be shooting off confetti cannons and bubble machines would be running everywhere. And it sounds like an incredible place to work. So we appreciate you lending your talents and time to help us raise money for this really incredible community of nonprofits and the work that they're doing.
All right, guys. Sorry about that. Again, we're a little rusty. We've been working from home a lot. And so Mike forgot to unmute my microphone. Ha, ha, ha. It's a comedy show. Everyone get light here. We're going to have a fun show. So we're going to start the show off with some great comedians. But before we do, I want to show you guys what I have in front of me and show you guys why donating today to the COVID-19 fund at the United Way is going to be more fun than ever. So in front of me here, if you go through Super Chat, if you donate $1, this siren will go off. If you donate $2, this balloon machine will go up. And if you donate $5, this balloon machine will go up. And if you donate anything more, I will light off this confetti cannon. So again, we're trying to raise money for the COVID-19 fund. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to start off with a comedian, a good friend of mine, by the way. Terrence Smith is with us. And I think he's in the Zoom chat. So we're going to bring him in just a moment here. Terrence is going to... first, we have an awesome video from him. So we're going to do that first. And it's going to be a lot of fun. So I'm excited. Let's go ahead and I'm just going to pop one of these off just to get it started. And we're going to play a clip from Terrence. It's really funny. And then we're going to have some comedy. Let's do it. Woohoo! Oh, no! Woo! And we got a donation. Thank you so much to Outcast. Mike, you can do the overlay. Sorry, this is brand new. We're still learning how to do this here. Here we go. I guess there's a new one. There we go. All right, so that's going to come up and do some overlays and cool stuff. And thank you so much for the super chat. See, it's already going. All right, great. We're already raised $5. Thank you, Outcast.com. Coming up strong. Okay, cool. Haven't done this in a while. Sorry, I'm still learning. Here we go. All right, so a little comedy. Let's do it.
What happened? 1, 2, 3. My way here.
Nothing dirty about these.
Experiment. Experimento! Now that is a great idea. Wow. I don't think it works. Does music mix? Right this way.
The captain has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign, so make sure your seatbelt and folding trays are in the full upright position. If you are seated next to an emergency exit, please ask a flight attendant to reseat you.
Is everything okay? Here we go again. Would you like some coffee? Alphonse? It's the same lady on, let me guess, 44A. Abrazos, abrazos, ¿quién? Everybody say love! Yeah! Oh, did you? Interesting.
Okay, I'm back. I'm unmuted, right? Yes. Okay, I'm double checking everything. So that was hilarious. Terrence Smith is a good friend of mine from college. He's not actually a comedian. He's just a really, really funny guy. So while Mike figures out how to bring him into our live show, I'm going to tell a couple jokes, and then we're going to interview Terrence a little bit about this funny comedy that he played for us. So first of all, there's a little joke that I wanted to tell about this whole COVID-19 thing, which is a guy walks into a hospital. He's not feeling so hot. He goes in. He talks to the doctor. He talks to the nurse. And the nurse says, I hate to tell you this, but you've got the coronavirus. You've contracted COVID-19. And he says to the nurse, I can't believe it. That can't be possible. I have 300 rolls of toilet paper at home. Ha ha ha! We're supposed to play laughing sounds after that. Ha ha! So yeah, we are really rusty on our streaming stuff. We've been working from home. Literally, I haven't seen anybody in the office, which is a good thing. Don't come in. Stay at home, right? If you're working from home, there we go. Ha ha ha! People are laughing. I'm so happy. Zoom has completely switched their streaming system or their video system, totally throwing us off today, adding a whole bunch of security features. We just got a super chat. Woohoo! That's awesome. Let's see who gave us a super chat to support the United Way. Kevin Powers, thank you. Kevin just donated $10 in the super chat, so that means it's a party popper. I'm going to do a confetti cannon. Thank you, Kevin. Woo! You're the man. Thank you so much. All right, so we've already raised $15 for the COVID-19 fundraiser. Now, Mike, let's pull up that. Let's pull in Terrence. Are you having trouble with that, or do you need help with that? Okay, cool. Let's bring him in.
Let's see what I got. So I have here.
All right, Terrence, can you hear me?
He's muted.
All right, Terrence is muted. Unmute Terrence, Tess. All these new security features are throwing us off like crazy. Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Hello?
There
Hello?
we go.
Hello? Oh, hi.
Hey, I got you in there.
You got me?
I got you.
Good. Oh, God, I got to be professional now. Okay, I'm excited. Okay.
So, Terrence, I understand you've had
Yes.
quite a few job positions over there, and now you'd like to apply for some distance learning?
Absolutely. You know, one of the things that I take much pride in is in my diverse and rich experiences. And yeah, I'm really looking to transition now into career and distance learning. I understand that it is super relevant. And I think that, you know, the combination of my experiences will make me a formidable candidate. Mm-hmm.
So that was pretty funny. I saw that you were a private investigator. How would that make you a good distance learning teacher?
You don't think, excuse me? One moment. There are so many ways in which a private investigator can be a great contributor. I've even prepared a chart with my experiences, just kind of to give you a picture. See, right here, the magnifying glass. What do you think that represents?
The magnifying glass. Spying.
Absolutely. You know, when you are getting ready to work in a classroom, you have to pay attention to every single detail. You have to look at those guys with eagle eyes and be ready to just tackle anything that they present, anything that they try to be sneaky about. You got to be ready. Sometimes you even got to sneak up behind them, like right behind the chair. and right when they start copying,
I'll tell you, that is something that we could use at our school. You know, we've got a lot of distance learning going on. You're a secret investigator. You have experience with that. I feel comfortable knowing that you can really sneak up behind those kids and catch them before they cheat on a test.
Well, thank you for that. And that's very inspiring and encouraging. But one of the things that I really want to relay to everyone out there is that when you're in my classroom, you are in my kingdom. There's no privacy laws. I'm in charge. So if you really, 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 really want to worry about privacy, go on to TikTok. You'll have a better time there.
So I really feel more comfortable. You know, the privacy of the students, you know, we'll have to talk to their parents about that, but I'm pretty sure everyone's willing to forego our privacy rights at this point. I saw that you were a wildlife photographer. You know, how do those skills apply to being a teacher? I'm not sure where you're going with this here.
Well, you know, as a wildlife photographer, you spend a lot of time on the front line, you know, really getting a chance to understand the different types of animals and animal groupings. And I find that those skills are highly transferable because as I taught a unit last year in anatomy and also biology, I learned that students struggled with identifying the correct members of different animal groups. And I'm not sure if you guys have an image, perhaps, of an example of why it's important to have these transferable skills. Do you? I think I sent my resume in a little bit earlier.
You know what? We're running behind. I don't have the image.
But I do, because I'm always ready. As a private investigator, you always have all of your materials, just not the originals. So I have a copy, just to give you an example of how students struggle with animal groups and how being a wildlife photographer is very advantageous. For example, one of my students here in the traditional classroom listed me as an example of a mammal. Okay? As a wildlife photographer, you have to be ready. You have to be ready to seize that opportunity and just understand what exactly it is that you're capturing. And that's what I did in the classroom. I told my student, yes, you are correct. I am a mammal, but I'm not that mammal, and I do not belong to that animal group. So that's how it's relevant. Thank you so much for that question.
All right, I'll give it to you. You know, you're using these varied skills. I think I can see where you're going with this. Now, I saw that you were a scientist, and I just what kind of scientist are you?
Currently or in the past?
Well, with your experience, I know you're dealing with a lot of different science over there. Some might call it black magic, but what are we talking about with this scientist on your resume?
Right, there's two branches. The branch that I feel closer to at the moment is anthropology, the most humane of the sciences. And I really, I have a connection with mammals and animals and students. So I kind of really find myself in that grouping. However, I recently joined a wonderful group of volunteer scientists that do a lot of work with things beyond us. And if you would just give me 1 second, because it's very hard for me to transmit it with words. And I would much rather take this opportunity to show you the importance and the regalia associated to that. So I'm just stepping off screen just for the purpose of the visual. Actually, I'm just, I'm hanging low, just hanging a little low, because I don't really want you guys to see exactly, how I'm doing right now. But I am a space aficionado. I'm a supporter of the so-called Space Force. And I have the regalia right here. So I really enjoy outer space. I think that, the study of galaxies, planets, and black holes are very, very important. And I encourage them. So that's one of the areas of science that I really like exploring and that I feel mostly connected to. Does that answer your question?
It does, but part of your resume kind of scared me when you were a chef at some point, but it didn't say why you stopped being a chef. And you have such varied skills here. Why did you even list that? What kind of chef were you?
That's a very nasty question.
I don't think the
American people deserve that kind of iteration on your behalf. I listed my experiences, and I think that we should be speaking about what I'm doing to build this country rather than what my specialty is. But in case you were wondering, I was a pastry chef, and I quit because I really struggle with food.
I think I'm getting a good picture of what was going on here, Terrence. You were eating all of the pastries, right? Fess up. I know that's what happened.
I was also exercising. Why didn't you mention that?
Well, speaking of exercising, I know that it's difficult to do under these conditions. A lot of us are stuck inside. It doesn't seem like a good idea to be eating so many pastries.
Yeah, definitely. I concur. It's not a great idea, and that was one of the reasons. As someone who struggles with carbohydrate intake and sugar attraction, I thought that it was not a good field for me to stay on. So I moved on.
Okay. I'll let you go with that one. I think your experience as a chef, it makes sense. It worries me that you were a flight attendant going around all of these different countries and cities and possibly having this addiction to sugar and pastries. How does your background in being a flight attendant, how will that help you in this distance learning job that you're applying for?
Well, I'm so happy you mentioned that. I think being a former flight attendant really gives me the opportunity to help people understand the direction of their learning, give them the tools and point them to the right places in terms of where they need to access the right information from. What I find most advantageous about being a flight attendant is really guiding students to the best place at the right time and really giving them the tools and the resources to survive in the real world in case of any emergency.
Well, I mean, you're really traveling all over the world during this time of COVID-19. I'm really not sure about this.
I even earned my wings. Look, and a buddy pass. You just don't give up the good things. I may not still be with the airline, but the airline is always with me. Pride and joy right here. Like, I think the little captain little things that go right there. Got those too. And then this is my buddy pass. Really nice. Yes.
I love it. All right. Well, now where does that leave you? So tell me, why should we give you this job for distance learning? Cut to the chase here. State your case.
My pleasure. The collection of experiences that I've had throughout the years, in exactly 10 years of employment in a variety of fields, has empowered me to seek the best opportunities, to go out there and really capitalize on anything that gets in my way. Whether I was employed as a flight attendant, a pastry chef, an amateur scientist, an anthropologist, even a private investigator, they all gave me the tools and the resources to really reach kids in order to teach kids. Today, I'm super excited about this opportunity of becoming a distance learning professional because I feel like I can connect. I know exactly what it takes to reach everyone out there and make sure that they're on their right path to learning. In fact, may I share an experience with you?
Please do. I mean, we really need to round out this job resume.
Excuse me?
I really want to round out how this job resume. I need to know a little more.
Let me help you out. When I was a flight attendant, I learned that there's a lot of transferable skills in the world of human capital and employment. And there was one experience that really left a deep impression on me. I was on a flight from London to Milan, and this was before people started wearing masks. And there was this one lady having a conversation with this gentleman, and they were going on and on and on. And at one point, I just became extremely perplexed as I noticed that she was barely speaking, but this gentleman admitted his credit score, his ancestry DNA. He gave her his mortgage payment, information. And I was like, what on earth? How does she extract that information from him? And she would do it with class, but with such grace and this one phrase: to everything that gentleman answered, she said, "Did you? Did you?" So he's like, "Yeah, I went to Nepal last year." "Did you?" "Yeah, I'm just gonna get a divorce." "Oh, why?" "I just got tired of her." "Did you?" And that went on for hours, I was like, you know what? That is a great phrase. But then, the flight's about to end. I have to charge people. She had one too many bottles of wine. And I went up to her and I was like, "Ma'am, it's time to pay." I felt like she ignored me because I went to her not once, not twice, but 3 times. By the third time, I was like, "Ma'am, I've been here 3 times." And then she interrupts and says, "Did you?" I said, "No, ma'am, I'm not the one." And needless to say, that day I earned my wings and also my first unemployment check. By the time that plane landed, I had been fired. I was not the one, and I was not going to have "did you" be used against me. But how is that a transferable skill to the world of teaching? I digress. As an educator, you have to be ready on every front. And I really take pride in people knowing my name. And my name is Terrence. And I believe that, walking into the situation and you seeing my video resume, that was abundantly clear. But my students really struggle with writing my name. And it's something that's caused great sadness. Great sadness. I've seen a little bit of everything. I've seen them call me Chewen, Chechwins, Terran. And I'm like, wow, is it really that difficult to remember my name? And, I understand that I teach at an international school and, I'm in Spain and, there may be a language barrier, but I just don't think my name is that difficult. Terrence, Terrance. But as we look forward and 2030 is like right at the horizon, I struggle.
Thank you for the donation. Who was that? We got another super chat from... Sorry, Terrence. I didn't mean to... Margaret Willman. Thank you, Margaret. Woohoo!
Thanks, Margaret. And I just wanted to share some examples of how my name has been butchered. I don't know if you see that. Do you see that?
Yeah.
Unintelligible, right?
Yeah.
This is another version of my name.
Ooh.
Terrence. It's very exotic. And this is a lovely letter. "Hello, Torrent. How are you?" "I'm fine, thanks. Thank you for giving me English. I deserved it. I have a lot of fun in English, and you learn things. Many kisses and many hugs. Goodbye, Torrent." Exhibit A. And just to round it out and just to show you how transferable these skills are, I worry for 2030. And in 2030, we're going to have a lot of kids, with new names, especially now that we're dealing with quarantine. The lack of accessibility and sometimes information. I think that we are going to have kids with exotic names such as asthma, AZ''MUH. We're going to see people with names like Lysol. And we spell that with no vowels, just all consonants, LYSL. And, I'm even thinking that there may be a possibility that we have a kid named Ray Seshawn. And what are we going to do with that? I'm not committing to learn these names if they're not committing to learn mine. It's just basic principle. And I just hope that through these distance learning opportunities, I can be that person. I can be that resource. I can be that beacon of hope for all those students and really give them an opportunity to finally say my name as Terrence and not Terrent.
Woohoo! Terrence, it's been so much fun having you. Please hang out for a little bit. Let's turn the Zoom conference into the grid view, Michael, so we can get everybody in on this party. Thank you, everybody who's donating. This is so awesome. I'm so excited. Everybody's donating in here, making these balloons blow up and confetti cannons go off. Mike is going to total up the total here of people who are jumping in. Ah! Woo! By the way, I don't know if you guys can see what are on these balloons, but there's something kind of funny on these balloons. Woo! It says, "Be rude and wash your hands." Thank you so much, everybody donating to the COVID-19 Relief Fund. Woo! All right. That was freaking funny, Terrence. Wow.
You're welcome.
It was beautiful. It was so awesome. There's so much to do. Let's cut to our next comedian. And feel free, by the way, to jump in at any time. But we're going to cut to another comedian here. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's really funny. Here we go.
Hello, and welcome to quarantine coronavirus style comedy going on here. We're all getting a little stir crazy. I think I'm already there. I'm already pretty nuts. We don't need a microphone. We'll throw it down. That's my daughter's Barbie microphone. Hey, you can't see that. It's inverted. It says Venmo at John Wendell NYC. That's for tips. Tips are appreciated. Who needs that? Who cares? Anyway, it's good to see you guys. Hope everybody's staying safe out there, except for those of you who have perhaps not made it due to the virus. But maybe you'll come back as a zombie during phase 2, which I assume will be the zombie apocalypse. So good luck in that. Please don't eat my brain. It's not very nutritious. It's very fatty. Like the rest of me, and I don't think you'll enjoy it at all. But it is good to be here. I hope everyone else out there is healthy. I'm healthy. Except for this headache and high fever and these aches and pains. But other than that, I feel great. But no, I am very. I shouldn't say I'm very healthy. That's also a bit misleading. I don't know if you can tell if you even need to scroll down to see more of me to know. Even just based on the head and all of this chin and neck stuff I got going on, that I am not the picture of health. I am not. This is not, you don't look up healthy in the dictionary and see me there with a smile and a thumbs up. You look under fatso and you see me there smiling with a sandwich in my hand. That's a little more likely where you're going to find me in the dictionary, if I'm in there, which I don't think I am. I don't think I made it into that book. If I did, I would use it as a credit. Since I'm a comedian, that's, we're big on the credits. So what else could I tell you? In terms of my health, I don't, it's not like I go to the doctor and they applaud, when I walk in, like, yay. No, it's more like they start getting the crash cart charged up, making sure they, have an ambulance on standby, fully gassed up. That's a little more like what happens when I go to the doctor lately. Matter of fact, I did go to the doctor before this outbreak happened. I went for a regular checkup. I figured I should probably get a physical so I can hear the doctor tell me that I am not where I'm supposed to be on that fat chart. I know when I look at that chart too at the doctor's office, you ever sitting there and it's like your fat index or whatever, and I just look and I'm like, the chart ends at way before my size. So I don't think I'm expected to survive based on that chart. Okay, that's how fat I am. My fat index is like over. You're not supposed to be more than 50% fat. I'm not sure where I'm at, but I am not like in the world of milk. I am not skim milk. I am more like extra heavy whipping cream. I don't know why I'm still here, but anyway, I went to the doctor, and the doctor said, "Hey, are you doing anything to be healthy?" Just like that. Like he asked me, "Am I doing anything to be healthy?" And I was like, "Well." As a matter of fact, you'll be happy to know I quit smoking. I don't smoke anymore. And the doctor said, "Why'd you do that?" And I said, "Well, why did I do that? Because I don't want to die of lung cancer, And the doctor told me that I'm way too fat to die of lung cancer, and that it was highly unlikely a tumor would be able to kill me before all the cheeseburgers do. So. I'm not so sure about this doctor. And then he said, "Well, what else you got? Like, what else are you doing to be healthy?" And I said, "Okay, well, you'll be happy to know I walk every day now. I'm up to walking 3 miles a day. Every day I walk 3 miles. I know that's very impressive, right? Some of you are like, wow, 3 miles in a day? Yeah, and that's just the round trips to the refrigerator from the living room. So, yeah. I've also been outside once or twice and tried walking. I don't recommend it. It's streets are hard to walk in my condition. But I did. I told him I'm walking 3 miles a day, and he said he just told me that is not enough. That is not enough miles. He'll need to walk more. So I'm like, all right, doc, thanks. Gee, I'm trying here. How many miles a day should I walk, in order to be healthy? And he just said, all of them. He said, walk all the miles. He said I should Google how many miles there are and just like walk that many. So I said to him, I was like, well, doc, I'm pretty sure I could just like walk in a big circle forever. That's, like infinity miles, And he said, yeah, you should do that. You should try that exercise plan. Just keep walking. And I was like, yeah, okay, but after a certain point, I mean, I just can't just walk forever. I would die of exhaustion, right? And he said, yeah, at least you'd die trying, you fat bastard. And he slapped me on the ass and sent me on my way. And it's interesting doctor experience. I'm not even sure why the doctor's office is located in that alley behind the CVS. It's weird. And not quite sure that the rectal exam is supposed to last for the entire duration of the 3-hour visit, or how he's able to do that exam with no hands, which he just told me to not. I'm the doctor. You're not the doctor. I don't know. He's right. I'm not a doctor. I don't know. But so that was an interesting experience. Other than that, I've been mostly, life has been mostly unchanged. I spend most of my time sitting at home, watching Netflix, eating food I shouldn't be eating late at night that I have delivered, and crying myself to sleep. So nothing too different than what was happening in December, for example. So I'm not saying this is a hoax. I'm just saying my life is unchanged, except actually my life has improved, if I'm being honest. I feel a little guilty about that, but my life has gotten way better since coronavirus. Okay. First of all, you wear a mask outside. No one can tell who you are. That's great. I love that. I don't have to. I have social anxiety. So I don't have to. I see a neighbor approaching. The neighbor's got a mask. I got a mask. We wave to each other. They don't know who the hell who I am. So I just like flip them off and keep going. They don't. Like I'm the only fat bald guy in town. Come on, that's probably not the case. But I love that. So I don't have to deal with the neighbors. They all walk like 6, 10, 12 feet away from you. Go head the other direction when they see me coming. It's been fantastic. I don't have to go to any of these stupid dinner parties with my wife. Oh, we got to go to Carol's this weekend. I wouldn't go to Carol's this week unless it was Carol Baskin. Then maybe I'd go. Carol Baskin, I'd go to her house because I have questions. And I don't think any tiger can eat me fully. So I think she wouldn't. I think I'd be safe if I went to Carol Baskin's house. But other than that, I don't want to do anything. I just want to sit home, eat food, watch TV, and not talk to my neighbors. So it's been pretty good. Oh, and on top of that, now I'm getting I get a check from the government, and I'm getting unemployment, and it's been pretty special. The amount of money coming in for free, all the social distancing, the food. It's been a pretty fantastic time, if I'm being completely honest, which I rarely am, but I am now. By the way, the contactless delivery. Have you seen this now with DoorDash and Grubhub? These delivery services, they'll bring food and just leave it outside the front door. You don't have to touch them. You don't have to talk to those people either. I love it. Oh man! And if you're not familiar with the contactless delivery, so what happens is, food, like the person brings the food, delivers it, puts it right out on the front steps, and just leaves. And then I go and pick up the food and run home before my neighbor notices that I grabbed it off their steps. Oh man, my one neighbor orders his Indian food a little bit too spicy, but other than that, all the free food I've been collecting off of people's front steps, it's been fantastic. I got thousands of dollars magically appeared in my bank account literally this morning from the government, so I appreciate that. I didn't even know I liked government, but hey, keep that money coming. All right, keep it coming. I like that stuff. That's fun. What else? I've been ordering more stuff online. lately, so that's a little different. I used to go into stores. No more doing that. I got the corona in there. I ain't going to the store. Nope. Not unless I wear a spacesuit, and they don't make a 4XL spacesuit. So I called NASA to find out. They don't make one. They just hung up and told me to stop calling them, or they're going to have me arrested. So I don't want any part of that. But yeah, I'm not going to the store. I ordered stuff, and then I ordered stuff from Amazon. I ordered toilet paper. Finally was able to get some toilet paper, but it was like the only case of toilet paper left. And I tried to get like the good stuff, like your Cottonelle, you Scott tissue, some of that. Totally out of stock. I had to go with some like cheap, shitty brand of toilet paper. That was all that was left. So I ordered, the kind that like crumbles apart in your ass when you're trying to wipe. I don't know. By the way, who does that? Who makes that? Like who says, I'm thinking about going into business. I'm going to create my own business. Oh yeah, what are you going to do? I'm going to make toilet paper. Oh, that's nice. Like different versions, like strong and the soft stuff and no, I'm going to make the thinnest, cheapest, shittiest toilet paper you can imagine. I'm going to make the stuff that falls apart up in your ass, and you're going to be picking it out for months. You're going to have to buy other good toilet paper just to scoop out the cheap, crappy toilet paper that I have stuck up in your ass. So I'm looking forward to my new business. Who does that? You don't do that. That's not a good business idea. You're a jerk. Who does that? Was your whole plan based on just waiting till one day when everyone will run out of the good stuff and all we're left with is these broken little pieces of beads up our ass? That's not a good business plan. I'm not, although they're making money now. So what do I know? They're making money. No one should be allowed to invent toilet paper that cheap. Okay. It ought to at least be able to be removed during the process and not like 3 weeks later with tweezers. Okay. Fool me twice. Shame on you. All right. And I just use my wife's, electric toothbrush, the water pick thing. I just use that as a bidet anyway. So she doesn't know. Someone told me if I was to do that, I don't need to insert it inside and press the water, but try it both ways and tell me which one you enjoy most. That's all I'm saying. All right. I'm not, again, as I mentioned earlier, I'm not a doctor, but I do play one sometimes at home with my dolls that I ordered on Amazon. Same shipment as the toilet paper. So anyway, this has been a lot of fun. I hope all you guys are staying safe and staying alive out there. And until next time, America, again, if you feel moved, Venmo at John Wendell NYC, Wendell with one L, would be fantastic. We accept tips of all sizes. Love ya. Ciao.
That super chat. Chris wants us to do the "We Are Penn State" chant. I didn't go to Penn State. I don't even know how that chant goes. I do want to thank you for giving to the COVID-19 fund here at the United Way. Mike, show these again just so everybody knows. This is for Chris. Whoa! Oh my gosh! Woo! These will blow up. I'm gonna blow up this confetti for Chris. Thank you so much. We are Penn State. Thank you for donating. This is awesome. We're raising money for the COVID-19 fund. That was hilarious. Oh my goodness. All right. So, okay, we got some memes. We got some memes up in here. Thank you so much, Chris, for that awesome super chat. So you get your COVID-19. Everyone saw these funny memes. You get your COVID-19 test and you've got 300 rolls of toilet paper. How could you get the coronavirus, right? I already told that joke. Kind of funny. This one was funny. I mean, I always like these Chuck Norris jokes. I don't know what you think about these jokes, everybody in the Zoom chat. Tess and Terrence and you guys. But Chuck Norris was exposed to the coronavirus. The coronavirus is now in quarantine for 14 days. I just think that's funny. Does anyone else think that's funny or is it just me?
Tuxedo joke.
Okay, tuxedo joke. Do you have them on mute? Tess has everybody muted. That's what it is. Oh, okay. Because I can't hear anybody. If you guys think that's funny, let me know. What was I going to say? Oh, the tuxedo joke. There's a joke. Basically, jeans are the new tuxedo of the quarantine. Aha. I'm in a tuxedo right now, essentially. Me and Chuck Norris. Update, by the way, not all sports are canceled. There is a new sport. It's very much like, is it called curling? Is that what it's called? And you can do this at home with a Swiffer and an iRobot vacuum. Haha. Shout out to Bernie Gers. It's his 27th birthday. Let's put that up on the VMix social, Michael. Happy birthday request. In fact, all the super chats we should as well. So this is funny. I love this one. So schools are shutting down. Keep your kids at home. And the parent says, keep them in my house? You mean where I live? And I think it's funny. It's, it's too much, really. It really is. It's kind of incredible how hard it is to have kids when they're being quarantined. It's like, where can we go? Nowhere. Oh, my goodness. All right. Kyle Zabarat says, me thinking back on the last 5 days. Wow, that escalated quickly. And it's true. Nobody saw this coming, I'll say, man. Woo. Yeah. It's funny. People think Chuck Norris is funny. All right. This is funny. This is what dogs are saying. It's for your own good. You've got to stop touching your face. This is kind of what it feels like, doesn't it, sometimes? Oh, man. This week on Pawn Stars, they're pawning toilet paper and
We're bringing an expert.
bottle of water. Let's see. Is this that toilet paper that he was talking about? How to properly greet someone during the coronavirus outbreak. Do not shake hands. Do not collect $200 in Pasco. Alice, turn your video on. No, it's the button on the bottom. No, not that one. It's the one on the left. Jan, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. I have to say this is actually getting worse because Zoom is changing their freaking platform all the time. And it totally changed. We can't even get a webcam to work into it. We're going to have to look into that. Please.
Julia said all the parents have to pretend they know elementary school math.
Yes. All the parents have to pretend they know elementary school math. That's hilarious. Like, yeah, we use that all the time. So such thing as calculators. Please avoid mass gatherings. Here's the grocery store 10 minutes later. And it's so true, man. As soon as that as soon as the notifications went out, it was crazy. The grocery stores were insane. Experts recommend sticking to your daily routine even while working from home, New Yorkers. Aha. Very funny. That's it. Those are the memes I have for you guys. So that's it, everybody. We thought we might get one more comedian. I don't know if we can show everybody in the Zoom chat if you want to join us. We're going to snag a few more donations and we're going to head out. So, yeah. You want to show that Zoom room grid thing? All right. There he is. How's it going, guys?
Hi, I'm just here catching up about space. Yeah.
Out of this world, Terrence. You are so funny, man. Thank you for really kicking this off strong.
Can I?
We have Jeffrey from Esports Circus.
Hey, Jeffrey, how you doing? Are you having trouble unmuting yourself too? We had that same issue.
He's unmuted. He might have a loose connection.
Huh, did you?
There you go. Oh, wait.
You got that.
Is he messing with us?
Are you messing with us, Jeff? We can't hear you. This is like my Aunt Susie. It's like, it's the button down there. No, the other one. I had to tell my wife that. On the Chromebook, it's a little different. And she's trying to set my son up for like a meeting with his kindergarten teacher. She's like, it's not working. I'm telling you, it's not working.
I had to turn my mic on.
There you go, Jeff.
That always helps.
I had to turn my mic on. You hear me now?
Did you?
Did you?
Yeah, I had to turn my mic on. I got my PTZ Optics camera here, and I got my Jeff Live poster over there from my stand-up.
Oh my gosh, are you gonna do some stand-up for us, Jeff?
Yeah. Hey, so I'll tell you a quick story. So first of all, a quick joke.
Make him big.
So why does Trump make so many spelling mistakes and grammar mistakes in his tweets and in his speeches? Because he's trying to avoid a sentence.
You have to right click on Mike.
So when I was about 16 years old, my grandmother decided to take me to Italy to go to see Italy, and we went to see Venice, and we went to see Amalfi, and all the beautiful parts of Italy. And of course, you go to see Rome, right? And when you go to see Rome, what do you go to do? You go to the Sistine Chapel. So my grandmother and I, and just before you get into the giant Sistine Chapel, there's this little alcove where the bathrooms are, and there's a little sit. So my grandma said, "Hey, can you sit down here and watch my purse when I go to the bathroom?" I said, "Absolutely, Grandma." So Grandma went into the bathroom to go to the bathroom. All of a sudden, I was sitting there playing with her purse and all this stuff. I'm a 16-year-old kid. I'm dressed in jeans and a T-shirt. And this big, giant, puffy guard comes up with his big, giant, puffy things and a giant spear. And he comes up to me and says, "Who are you?" And I says, "I'm Jeff." He says, What are you doing with the purse?" I said, this is my grandmother's purse. She's in the bathroom. He says, "I think you a thief." I said, "I'm not a thief. I'm not a thief. I'm just a tourist." He says, "What is your grandmother's name?" "Anita." "You thinking too long. You thinking too long. You're a thief." And I said, "I'm not a thief." He says, "Come here." And he grabs me, pulls me over to the side of the thing, starts yelling at me. In Italian. I don't understand. And so I said, "Look, my grandmother's in the bathroom." He says, "I don't believe you. I know you don't Italian lie." And I says, "I should go get somebody to get in the bathroom." So he calls for a nun to go into the bathroom to look for my nun. So as he's calling for a nun, meanwhile, my grandmother comes out of the bathroom. Guess what? No grandson. My grandmother looks all around, can't find me. She runs to the Sistine Chapel. She runs out into the quad. She runs and screams, "Oh my God, my grandson's been kidnapped. My grandson's been kidnapped. My daughter's going to kill me." And so meanwhile, a nun comes. He says, he talks to the nun in Italian. And I don't understand the things he's saying. The nun goes into the bathroom. Guess what? No grandmother. Comes out. She talks to them. He turns to me and says, "You're a thief. I know you're a thief. No, grandmother." And I said, "I'm not a thief." He says, "You come with me." He grabs me, and another guard grabs me, the big puffy guards with the big giant spears, and they grab me and they yank me down to the catacombs of the Vatican. I'm sitting in this big giant stone cell where they probably put Leonardo da Vinci or Caprio. And so I'm sitting here for 2.5 hours. I'm in a Vatican prison. And so after 2.5 hours, they pull me into this giant room. They put me into this big box like I'm some Nazi war criminal. And I'm sitting there, and all of a sudden, out of this door comes this giant guy in big puffy, in his big long robes, and he has this big pointy hat. He comes up and he gets on a bench, and the Italian and the guard, the big puffy guard with the spear. He doesn't have the spear at that time. He speaks to the judge. I don't know what he's saying. And so the guy looks up to me and says, "What do you plead?" And I says, "Holy crap, are you the Pope?" Boy, that pissed him off. And he says, "You're guilty. I know that you're guilty." I was excommunicated from the Vatican City because the Vatican is its own country. So I was kicked out of the Vatican country and excommunicated. They put me in big guards. They had all these puffy guards, and they had suit guards with fancy suits on. And they took me out of the Vatican. They turned me over to the Italian police. The Italian police arrested me, recuffed me, took me into a jail, took me down to another Italian jail, where I sat for another 3 hours until they figured out, because my grandmother had filed a report, that who I was. And then they turned me over. And as I turned to the guard, I says, "So I'm not guilty. Do I get an apology?" He says, "No, you are not guilty, but no apology. Don't come back." So the next day, I went to Trevi Fountain and took 3 pennies out and have never been back. That's my Italian story of how I was excommunicated by the Pope.
Love it. That is hilarious.
By the way, this is the new laughing. If your voice is down, you can do this. That's the new laughing.
I like it.
I love it. Well, for you tech folks out there, I just want to show you once more this little setup. I'm gonna do it one last time so you guys can see this. Give them a different view. I don't like that view. It doesn't show it wide enough. Show the main shot or something. Basically, what I'm gonna do, just to show you guys, we're wrapping this up. Thank you so much for being here, everybody. By the way, Michael, let us know what the total is that we raised here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to donate $10. Actually, $9.99 because I don't have anything for $10 here. If you're going to donate over $10, just do it directly to the United Way website. But here we go. I'm going to donate. I'm going to do $9. $9 will make this balloon blow up. And the way it works is I use a smart plug with YouTube Super Chat. So you can blow up confetti cannons. You can have all kinds of things happen. It's a great way to raise money for nonprofits. Here we go. Boom. I just did one. Ah! I don't know. I think it's pretty cool. So it's almost instantaneous. It goes right in. There's a direct donation button to the United Way of Chester County below if you just want to donate directly there as well. But this was a lot of fun. Thank you so much to all of our comedians. Thank you everyone who took their time out of the day to tune in. We decided we wanted to do something fun, something to raise some money for a good cause. And here we are. So thank you, everybody. All right, we're going to let it pop this time. I'm hiding down below. Oh! Woo! Oh, no, it's got that toxic stuff inside. Oh, I need my mask. I have a mask. Wait, I got to put my mask on. Chad's trying to destroy us. I forgot that they put that weird... I don't have any masks.